It's a stonking great big gold ring.
Well, good morning. I wanted to give an update and some observations on my metal detectors. As you know, I've been doing mainly sea hunting, and these observations are purely based on the use in the sea. I did have a Equinox 900 detector, which I have now sold. It just wasn't working out for me. You may recall I bought a Deus II a little while ago, and also now added that with the Minelab Manticore. Both are top-end detectors, great detectors. Construction is very substantial on both. You would have seen many reviews, and this is not a review, it's just general observations on the two detectors and the differences between them. Both are using the 28 centimetre coils, 11 inches more or less. I've put reflective tape on the coils so they stand out in the water more than just the black. So I don't stab the coil with my scoop. Weight-wise, obviously the Deus is incredibly light. This one is the lower carbon shaft, and the Minelab Manticore has a carbon shaft throughout. The top of the Deus is aluminium anodized, and I have found in the past, if you slide the shaft up and down through its clamps, it does scratch the anodizing coating off. So the lower shaft is a lot better because it's carbon fibre, but I keep both at full detecting extent. I do find with the Deus there is a very slight increase in drag compared to the Manticore. I have also added the coil balance, as you can see down below here, which that I was getting drag before I put that on, but that's just basically to make sure the coil doesn't move too much. With it back in its nominal position, I was finding the coil moving at an angle, even with the bolts, screws tightened up as much as feasible. Next, I wanted to talk about charging. The Minelab uses a magnetic charger, which does work okay, though if you get any bits of metal on it, and over time there will be little flecks of metal, and for some reason there's some white residue on my on the pad. Not sure when that came along, but wasn't there a few days ago. Anyway, so charging it, fairly straightforward. Occasionally it doesn't always make a good contact, and you've got to wiggle it or clean the contacts. Charging time on the Manticore is about 6 hours, regardless of how much power is in the detector, whether it's just started to go down a bit or it's fully flat. I guess they're using some sort of battery management to maintain the battery. There's a very bright LED on top which glows and flashes depending if it's charging or fully charged. With the Deus, there's multiple charger points. This is one of the criticisms I have with the Deus. You've got a clip for the coil, you've got the remote, as they call it, control box, and then you have headphone chargers as well. I don't know why, but they use the very old-fashioned mini USB type connectors. Why they haven't used USB-C, I'm not sure. The clip connector is a little bit problematic. Quite often it doesn't always connect, and then you've got to turn the coil so the base is not on the floor like it is now. It seems to lose contact. If you have we're using the original cable. I've actually got two cables here from the charger block, and if you use the one that's supplied, and you have these ones, it can't do the coil and reach to the control box at the same time, so that's why I've got two outputs. Charging time is about 3 hours. I did mention just now that one of the problems is the contact on the battery, sorry, on the coil, and that can prove problematic. Also, with the antenna clip in place, you can't see if it's charging. What I have done, I don't know if you can actually see this, but in the antenna clip, I've drilled a 2-3 millimeter hole, just missing the actual cable, and I can see the LED flash. Again, I'm not sure why they didn't think of that when they were designing it. Regarding the displays, both very clear. The Manticore very bright, even in direct sunlight, and the Deus again clear. When you get to all the menu functions, you do need a pair of glasses on both of them, or at least I do, on both of them, to actually read the displays and to set up. But you can see they're both interfering with each other now. As I've just shown the display on the Deus, I use it in large icon mode, which makes it a lot easier to see when I'm actually in the water. Talking about headphones, on both of them I've got corded headphones. The Manticore has got the Minelab waterproof headphones, and on the Deus I'm using Detector headphones, which are need to be in bone phone mode, and they're very, very loud. They're a cross between the original bone headphones and the XL, which are semi-waterproof wireless. The only problem with using wireless in water is as soon as the control box goes underwater, you lose the signal. I did overcome this for a while by having an extended antenna cable and moving the control box so it sat on my shoulder. It wasn't very comfortable, and ultimately I always felt nervous with big waves if the headphones would get knocked off my head and I'd lose the headphones. They were waterproof. They are waterproof to about 1 meter water depth, but it's more the cost of the headphones disappearing off the beach somewhere. Detecting with them, both seem equally deep. I think the modes do help. I'm using beach sensitive on the Deus and on the Minelab, a surf shoreline program. Some days, one of them seems more deeper than the others, but it could be just the type of target. What I do find with the Deus, it's got a much narrower detection pattern, and you've got to be really over the target properly, or almost properly, before it picks it up. Whereas the Minelab, it's sort of near enough, and quite often you've got to bring in the pinpointer to actually locate the exact center of the target. With the Manticore, I do find quite often that the discrimination pattern, though it is set, I won't say aggressively, but it is set so it weeds out the iron and the bottle tops and things like that, is even if you get a good target or a bad target, there is some scatter on the 2D display. So sometimes you think it's a good target, then when you start sweeping a few times over that same target, it sort of narrows down onto the ID, and turns out it's not a good target. So I'm wasting a little bit more time, I think, with the Manticore in detecting. Anyway, this was just a brief comparison between the two. I'm using one week and the other one the next week, and seeing how I go. Ultimately, I may sell one of the detectors. So we shall keep you posted on that. In the meantime, happy hunting and good luck finding all the hidden treasures.